Racing on the Poly this Friday in the Eastern Cape. We're looking forward to 8 races. Our feature race being the non-black type World Sports Betting East Cape Poly Challenge 3rd leg, where they will be sparring over the mile distance. We start off though in race 1, which is a maiden plate for fillies and mares over 1,000 meters. And here for me, it's the newcomer number 1 After the Storm that catches the eye, and I am tipping her to beat the likes of number 11. That is Kiara, and 4 English Princess, who is also a newcomer to Gqeberha. After the Storm, daughter of Duke of Marmalade, so she may not be familiar with the Poly, but she really is bred to enjoy it, and the yard are expecting a good run from her. So relocating from the Cape with useful form, I do think she's going to be a decent runner. Number 11, Kiara, is a horse that debuted locally very, very well when going down by a minimal 0.1 of a length behind Paris Opera last time out. That run encouragingly was over today's track and trip, and the yard are expecting another good run, so expect Kiara in the mix. As mentioned, English Princess is also a newcomer to the Eastern Cape, and she will be debuting for the Zietsman Oosthuizen yard. She has really been a model of consistency back in KwaZulu-Natal, where she is a regular placer. She's overdue to leave the maidens, and in her new centre, already proven on Poly, could be a dangerous runner. Race 2, again over the 1,000-meter trip, is a fillies and mares 66 handicap. My numbers here, 10, 5 and 4. So I lead with the likes of Valeriana, and I do think that her last run is best overlooked. On that occasion, she had a very wide draw against her. In fact, her last 2 runs, she's come from the widest draws in both. And I do think jumping today from gate 4, we're going to see a whole different side of her. It's going to really help her, and I think as a result, she's got claims at victory. Horse number 5, Escape to Vegas, needed her last run and still ran a decent 3rd behind Victoria Tower. She's best suited to the 1,000-meter trip. Comes in here as a 3-time winner, and very well in at the weight of a merit rating of 64, so I do think she should be about the action. Recently out the maidens, number 4 Paris Opera has her post-maiden run, but there was a lot to like about the way she left the maidens, considering it was over track and trip and equipped at the first time with blinkers. I do think we can look forward to more from her, and I don't think she's out of this. Race 3 is another maiden plate, slightly up in trip here. 1,300 is the distance they will be racing over, and my first 3 selections here are 1, 5 and 2. I do think that El Qasim has been doing everything right of recent, and his last 2 runs, 2nd to Emerald Flow and 3rd to Winning It, have been very positive. He does stand out in this field, and I think he is the horse to beat. Number 5, Captain Calico, has proven that the Poly is most definitely the surface he is most at home on, and he has placed in all outings on it in the Eastern Cape. He should be right in the thick of things again, and I do think he'll be making his presence felt. Number 2, Jaspero, has also been running fair races in the Eastern Cape, and with the yard expecting another good run, work him into your trifectas and quartets. We stay over the 1,300-meter trip for race 4, which is a maiden plate for fillies and mares. First 3 numbers here, 3, 1 and 8. I lead with the likes of Galactico, who is a very, very interesting looking newcomer, racing for the Smith yard. Lyle Hertz in the irons. This filly relocates from KwaZulu-Natal, where she was familiar with the Poly surface. She's a pacey individual. The good draw is going to suit her. In racing of fair form, I do think she looks like a good runner. The yard do caution though that she can be a little bit quirky, and if anything could undo her on the day, that would be it. Number 1, Time Off, ran smartly for the Cliffy Miller yard last time out when having her first start in the Eastern Cape and rounding up in 4th behind Paris Opera. She found good support that day, so don't overlook it, from 10 to 1 to 4 to 1, but she also found the 1,000 meters a little bit sharp. I think we're going to see a lot more of her over 1,300, and do consider her for all bets. Horse number 8 is Princess Zena, and I would really have liked this filly's chances today were she not drawn out wide in gate 12. I think she ran an absolute cracker last time out when flying late from way off the pace to go down 3/4 of a length in 2nd behind Madame Seville. On that occasion, also caught out by a wide draw, and that could be her undoing again today, but she's by no means without chance. Right up in trip, 1,900 is the distance they race over in race 5, which is a merit rated 74 handicap, and this really does look open. Again, it's a newcomer that catches my eye. Number 3, Storm Commander, will be my pick for the win. I'm tipping him to beat number 2, Meerkat, and then the likes of number 8, Full Score. Storm Commander races off a victory in his last back in the Highveld when recording his second career victory. He had been holding good form, again similar and stronger than what he takes on here. The yard have said he put up a good poly gallop, and on his work at home he can definitely be competitive, so I do think we need to respect that. Number 2, Meerkat, really ran well last time out over course and distance, taking on stronger than what she does here. In fact, both her runs over on the poly of recent have been against stronger, and they've been good runs. Last time out, second to Ancient Times, who went very close to the course record that day. It was a stellar run, and with the yard in good form, expect her there again. Horse number 8 is Full Score, and the 3-year-old Duke of Marmalade's coming along the right way. 1900 last time out for the first time, saw him finish a good third behind At the Office. It is a run he can build on. Likely raced, he steps out for only the 7th time, and there's definitely improvement to look forward to. Race 6, and here they race over 1600 in the Fillies and Mares 68 handicap. And 8, 7, and 1 is how I see the first 3 positions going. Horse number 8, Noble Princess, is a horse I think has really been unlucky in her 2 local starts so far. In both occasions, she's had to come from terribly wide draws, and she's still run cracking races, 2nd and 3rd respectively, jumping from draw 8. Still not the best draw she can have, but certainly a whole lot better than where she's been coming from. I think she's going to be a very lively runner. Number 7 is La Duchess, and she was a good second last time out behind Midfit 2. She ended up second, but 400 out, she was actually in 11th position. She really finished smartly. Also drawn neatly in gate 2, well suited to the trip and course and distance. I do think we'll see her in action. Number 1, Zeta Jones. Hasn't really shone since out of the maidens, but with the yard saying that everything went wrong last time out, she really didn't enjoy being out in front. Different racing tactics are going to be tried. They are expecting better. So in pole position here, even with top weight, do expect better from her. Race 7 will be the 3rd leg of the World Sports Betting East Cape Poly Challenge. They'll be racing over the mile, and although a small field, once again, we are definitely not lacking in quality. The first 2 runners catching the eye numerically would be Earth Hour and Mara Mara C, but I do think horses like Sailing Lizard stepping up in class for the first time, and Nimcha having his first start in the Eastern Cape are very, very interesting individuals. I have elected, though, to go with number 2, Mara Mara C, for the win to beat number 1, Earth Hour, reversing the 1400 in the last leg, and then I include number 5, Sailing Lizard. I really think there is very little between Mara Mara C and Earth Hour, but I am hoping that this time round Mara Mara C, reunited with stable jockey Greg Sheen, who knows him very well, will get the run he's looking for and can get up to redeem himself. Last time out, things didn't all go his way, and I think up to the 1600 here, we could see him back to best. In saying that, Earth Hour did a great job to win the 1400 last time out. He'll also be very well suited up in Trip a Furlong and in stellar form, an absolute soldier. He never gives anything less than his best. I don't think that we can overlook that it is possible for him to go back to back here. He's definitely going to give Mara Mara C a fight. As mentioned, number 5, Sailing Lizard, my pick for 3rd. This fellow is up in class, but my gosh, this is the type of form to be trying your hand against stronger, considering he's run in the Eastern Cape 4 times for 4 wins. His turn of foot is fantastic, and he could be a dark horse in this race. Last of the afternoon will also be run out over the mile, and that is a merit rated 68 handicap. Here my choice to win is number 12, All in Line, to beat horses 1 and 2, Falling for You and Fool's Power. All in Line, I think, is going to really relish the fact that he is back up to the mile. He has been the runner-up in both of his latest starts, which have been over slightly shorter, the 13 and 1400, and jumping from gate 1, this really could put him in a very good position to strike again. In saying that, big respect for the top weights in the race, numbers 1, Falling for You, and 2, Fool's Power, who bumped each other last time out. Very little between them. Falling For You beating Fool's Power, who is now better off at the weights. I do expect both of them in the mix again. The PA gets underway at 1 o'clock on the dot with race 2, and here the first leg of the PA gets 3 selections for me, horses 4, 5 and 10, which are my first 3 selections, although I have tipped them 10, 5 and 4, but in numerical order they are Paris Opera, Escape to Vegas, and the likes of number 10, Valeriana. As far as the second leg of the PA is concerned, I really hope that number 1, El Qasim, looks the banker. I think that he is running in really good form. He meets the right field here. I do make him the horse to beat, and should he miss the first 3, it would be very disappointing. So I'm quite happy with him as a banker in leg 2 of the PA. Moving on to race 4, 2 selections go in for me here, and they are the likes of number 1, Time Off, and 3, Galactico. Time Off, very smart local debut, definitely one she can build on. And number 3, Galactico, relocating with very useful Natal form. She's proven on the poly, and I do think she's going to be an interesting runner. On to race 5, leg 4 of the PA, another 3 horses here. 2 Meerkat, 3 Storm Commander, and 8 Full Score. It does look a little bit of an open field, and I'm hoping those 3 will be good enough to get us through. On to race 6, another 3 selections, 1, 7 and 8. Better expected from number 1, Zeta Jones. I do think she has the potential to run into the first 3, but the horses that really catch my eye, number 7, La Duchesse, and 8, Noble Princess, are definite inclusions for me. Race 7, and here Maramara C stands out as a banker, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. Maramara C in leg 6 of the PA will be a banker. Final leg of the PA, race 8 on the day, and I round up with 3 horses, and those will be the likes of number 1, Falling For You, 2, Fool's Power, and 12, All In Line, horses that are really running in good form at the moment. Stepping back now to race 3 to have a look at the pick 6, and the pick 6 starts off with the maiden plate over 1300 meters. I bankered El Qasim as far as the PA is concerned. With the pick 6, I do add in the numbers 2, Jaspero, 3, Silver Celebrity, who makes his local debut and really could show good improvement, and number 5, Captain Calico. Second leg of the pick 6, here the PA numbers of 1 and 3 go in, and I do boost them with likes of 2, 4, 8 and 13. That's East Coast Star, Showtime Baby, who's running in really steady form, number 8, Princess Xena, and then including number 13, Jungle Promise, who interestingly is the first 2-year-old filly to take on older fillies this year, and the yard are expecting her to run a good race, so do include her. She jumps from pole position. Race 5, which will be leg 3 of the pick 6, PA numbers of 2, 3 and 8, definite inclusions, and I will add in the likes of number 1, Quinte, who comes down significantly in class and really could be a lurker here, and the likes of number 6, Njinsky's Son, who I do feel is better than his last. He might just have found the mile a little bit short that day and should appreciate being up to the 1900. Race 6, again, PA numbers are the horses that lead the pick 6 for me, 1, 7 and 8, and I will then add in 3, 4 and 6. Waldorf Astoria, she's been a little bit underwhelming so far in the Eastern Cape, but there is room for improvement from her, and it is the right field for that improvement. Number 4, Cerelia, is definitely better than her last, and number 6, Beyond Temptation, sprung back into form with a good second last time out and looks to be on her way up again. Race 7, Maramara C, I'm going to take a chance and banker him. I do think things could have gone a lot differently for him last time out, and although he's got to show a lot of respect to proven class like Earth Hour, I think he could prevail here, so Maramara C is my banker for the pick 6. Moving on to the last race, and the pick 6 rounds up with the exact same numbers as the PA in the way of 1, Falling For You, 2, Fool's Power, and 12, All In Line. My jackpot is slightly different to my pick 6. It starts off along the same lines in race 4 with the numbers of 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 and 13, so that remains the same, but as we move to race 5, I do throw in another 3 horses for the jackpot added to the numbers of the pick 6, and they will be 5, 7 and 9. So playing for the upset in, for me, an open race, race 5. I have added number 5, Bush Fever, a horse who's better than his last run. Number 7, Cape Norm, who showed improvement last time out, as did his stable companion number 9 at the Opera, and they could have upset potential. As far as race 6 is concerned, just one extra to the pick 6 numbers for the jackpot, and that is number 9, Bridesmaid Blues. She would have been really caught out by the 12 last time, I think a bit sharp for her, and back up to the mile, expect more from her. In the last leg of the jackpot, I do stick with the banker of number 2, Mara Mara C, so that remains unchanged. As far as my best bet is concerned, all my hope hinges on Mara Mara C, who is in race 7. That's horse number 2. At time of making this clip, he was 12 to 10. And my value bet, race 1, number 1, after the storm, was 9 to 2. So yeah, she'll be a little bit of value. Again, looking forward to racing on the Poly on Friday. Hope you are too.